I woke up to a little bit of a curious noise this morning. Curious sound. It wasn't really a noise. It was just a very slight little sound. I wondered if it was the cat. It didn't quite seem like the cat. And I wondered about what other varmints it might be. And it turned out that it was a possum.
Uh-oh.
Years ago, maybe 12, 14 years ago, I woke up about the same time in the morning. And in this sort of curious state of awake asleep, I had this phrase that popped into my head, marsupial road trip. And I was awake enough to recognize that was
somebody scratching around.
A curious phrase. Even in my sort of sleep, it's like, dude, remember this phrase. Don't go back to sleep and forget that phrase. Later that day, I mentioned it to a friend of mine. I said, I think I've come up with a title for a new song. And he says, no, man, that's the title of your CD. The possum is the only marsupial in North America. And so I've always had this kind of very curious, like wonderment relationship with possums. Last year, I heard a little bit of strange sound when I was just sitting on the couch. And then I looked up and this possum just stuck his head up just on the other side of the couch and just stuck his head up. And I was like, oh, hi. And so I did a little research, and mostly the wisdom out there is to just let it be and just leave a door open. Feed it if you want to feed it, if you want to pet, but if you don't want him to hang around, just don't feed it and he'll leave. He's in the other room now, and he's hiding behind some furniture, and I thought, I think I'll come in and play a little bit of music just so that he won't. I've been talking softly to it, and just so that it wouldn't feel like it needed to be afraid and scared. And my cat is great because he's not really the kind of cat he's not really much of a hunter. Last year's possum, maybe the same possum, and they just stared at each other and neither one of them moved. They just did this sort of standoff thing, which was fun. So I thought that what I would do is just play a little bit of possum music, and I was wondering I could just improvise and do that. And I think I'll do that, but I also have a song in mind that I might lean into also. A lot of times I'm aware of the deer when they're outside, and I will play knowing that they're hearing it and just play something that I think might be soothing for them or enjoyable for them somehow. Because there is no doubt in my mind that actually that possum is probably more aware and more curious and really listening more deeply to this music than you are. And so I'm very fascinated by how music really is a bridge in ways that we just usually aren't aware of. And we know it, we get it from time to time, we know how powerful it is, but a lot of times we forget it. I thought softly as a morning sunrise might be a nice little song to play for Percy, by the way. I came up with that. Percy is he's totem, he's character, Percival. He's also my bot. He's my new bot. Percy the piano playing possum. Welcome, Percy. Welcome, creativity. Welcome, pouch-bearing gift givers. Welcome, nature. Welcome, naturalness. Welcome, wilderness. Welcome, not knowing what's going to happen next. Aho.